Katowice in southern Poland are home to many different sports teams. GKS Katowice are a successful ice hockey team, but they're also a successful football club, sitting in the Polish second division. The club even made several appearances in European football, with 2 quarter-final stage finishes in the UEFA Cup, now known as the UEFA Europa League. So with all that being said, can I take GKS Katowice to the top of Polish football once again, and can I take them back into European football? Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. I am the CHALL, and today welcome to the very first FM series. Now, you're probably thinking, first of all, why am I using Football Manager 2023? FM 24's out. I decided to test this and use FM 23 as a test to see basically how the series goes, things like that. Now, you're also wondering, why have I chosen Katowice in the Polish second division? Well, I've decided to go with them because of their previous history with the European Cup, the UEFA Cup, and I feel like this could be an opportunity. I feel like this could be a very nice opportunity. And also, just by the way, if I go to the finances, if I go to the actual budget that we're going to be using in this series, look at that. We've got no transfer budget. I might just kind of, in fact, no, hang on, no. Yeah, I'm going to scoot it across a bit. 14,000 and a wage budget of about 1.19. And if we look at the actual finance itself, I mean, look at that. Look at that. And you see on there, the club is currently spending 16,000 in wages. I'm not going to be able to afford barely anyone. So I've decided to go with the Gegenpress. I've gone with the 4-3-3. I've gone with the sweeper keeper. I've gone with a defensive wing back and a inverted wing back on the right, along with 2 central defenders. I might switch to a ball-playing defender at some point and play a bit more risky. I've got a deep line playmaker, a box-to-box midfielder, and a Mazzala. Then I've got 2 wingers and an advanced forward. I may alternate the forward position. So even though I'm not too experienced with Football Manager, I will sometimes may do it as a pressing forward, either support or attack, and kind of alternate it between that and an advanced forward. So let's just sort of go through the squads that we have so far. So we've got a natural sweeper keeper, 30 years old, David Kudla. I'm going to be terrible with these pronunciations this series. I really, really am. Then right back at the moment, we've got a fullback who can operate as a wing back in Marcin Wasilewski. He's 27. He's an important player who can still improve in terms of his potential ability. So it's, there's an opportunity there. You can see it's a very, very experienced squad. You've got Arkadiusz Jedlik as one of our centre-backs, one of our central defenders, along with Mikhail Kolodziejski. I think that's how it's pronounced. It's probably with poor my pronunciation skills. And then obviously at left wing back, we've got Gregor Logala. But you can see he is wanted. Zagliebi Sądziowiec in the division above want him. So we'll see what happens there. At deep line playmaker, I've got a natural deep line playmaker in Rafael Figuel. But look at my 2 midfielders. Look at my other 2 midfielders. 2 17-year-olds. Now, this Alan Brode, I like his potential. 5-star potential. But 2.5 stars to start off with. He isn't far from first team level. But ideally, if I can raise the funds, I'd like to look at bringing in a more experienced Mazzala. And then you've also got a Mazzala as a box-to-box as well. We've got Anthony Kozubal. So you've got Brode and Kozubal. Kozubal's the box-to-box, Brode is the Mazzala. Then on the wings, you've got Dominik Kozienak, 27. Again, still 0.5 star potential more. You've got another inverted winger on the winger front in Matthias Marzek. Again, not much potential more to grow. But we do have a young striker that I would like to keep growing, who's my starter at the moment, and that is Sebastian Bergia. We do have a bunch of other players on the bench as well. But look at the depth. We've got 1 injured player, which is Daniel Tanzania. He's a central defender, so he'll improve the defence once he comes back. How long is he out for, actually? He is, 5 to 7 months. Yep, we're really going to have to invest in a few players here. Now, obviously, in my development, I've got two young players that could be first team candidates. You got Patrick Kalisz. He is a sweeper keeper as well as a normal goalkeeper, so he's got what I think 4.5 potential ability, 3.5 with the potential to go to 4.5. It's a current star rating of 2, so we won't get straight in there. And then obviously a 1.5 star for Jakub Kozela. Now, he could play as an advanced playmaker. He's an attacking midfielder, but my formation at the moment doesn't really require an attacking midfielder. Obviously, we can push the deep line playmaker further forward sometimes, create a bit of a 4-2-3-1 in certain positions, but you just never know. I'll set that back to deep line playmaker. So we can operate as a 4-2-3-1 if we need to really try and win a game. But it's clear I'm going to have to really invest in this squad. I've given myself 4 series objectives: promotion to the first division, which is known as the Ekstraklasa, win the Ekstraklasa League title, take the club back into Europe, and win a European trophy, whether that be the Europa League, which is obviously the old UEFA Cup. It'd be nice for the history books to get back into that competition at some point in the series. The Europa Conference League, the Champions League, if push comes to shove. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in terms of where we're going to be this season. Let's have a look at the club vision. So this is another reason why I wanted to do this one, and why I didn't know this was going to happen, but I'm kind of glad I chose this team, because look at the objectives. You can't see a lot past this season, can you? The requirement this season is to be competitive in the FA Cup, not the English FA Cup, but the Polish one, and record a top half finish in the first division in terms of this current season. So, it's not a requirement to go promoted, but you know me, guys, I want to try and get promoted this season. But there isn't a lot, as you can see, past those years, because, as you can see at the top, due to the owner looking to sell the club, we have altered the 5-year plan, and until the situation has been resolved, we will hold off with setting any long-term plans. Now, I know what you're thinking. This could end up being one of those cheat series, because there'll be a takeover and there'll be a whole lot more money to spend going forward. Well, we are going to wait and see what happens with that one. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. In terms of staff, I've got my assistant manager already, Darius Ocon. He isn't a gegenpressing type tactical style coach, but we'll look into that. We've got a head of youth development. We've got 3 coaches, head performance analyst. We haven't got an other performance analyst, so I may look to fill that gap. We've got a couple of spots open in the recruitment team. We need a scout. In fact, we might need to fill that with a couple of scouts, to be fair. And then we've also got a spot open on the medical staff. Now, I may fill that with the head of sports science. That's probably the main role here with that one. Then we look in our second team in terms of our staff there. You've got manager and you've got the assistant manager. So you've only got a couple of staff there. You don't need any recruits. We may need to look for a second team physio, though. And then under 19s wise, we haven't got any medical staff in the under 19s, and we've filled out all our coaching staff. So staff won't be a big problem for this first season, especially. Right, now, contracts. Let's see who's out of contract. Obviously, this is FM23, so this is the 2022-23 season. So we're looking at the players that are out of contract in 2023. So you've got a breakthrough talent in Kozabal. He is on loan, of course, from Lech Poznan. So he will go back at the end of the season. But to be fair, if the price is right and if the money comes through from a potential takeover, I may look at him permanently, depending how the season goes. You've got Daniel Dudzinski. Again, another bright prospect on loan from KHGHM Zaglebi. I may have to work on my pronunciations. Any Polish fans that watch this series, please comment down below if I'm getting this right or not. And then we've got a few fringe players out of contract. So Wojciechowski, he's a fringe player. Got a bit of potential still to grow, but may not get any better. In terms of the offers coming in, it's mainly first division clubs. We've got another couple of fringe players that are on the bench currently. The only real starter that's out of contract this end of this season is Dominik Kozieniak. But of course, I can't really sort out contracts until the money situation gets a hell of a lot better. Then we look at our finances. We do have a balance of over £1.3 million. In terms of profit and loss, we are losing currently 6.4 grand a month. We have no income currently as of yet. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting first season. Like I said, I want to try and get promoted out into the first division as soon as we can. This won't be as long a series as other ones might be if this one works, but we're just going to have a go and see what happens. Right then, obviously we've got pre-season coming up. We've got a few friendlies coming up. We've got GKS Katowice. They're in the second division, so obviously that's not officially, on the league, etc. Obviously their stadium, Mielski. We've got a friendly against Radomiak, who are in the first division. They're in the Ekstraklasa. We then have Wisla Plock, of course, another first division team. And we also have Preseason from the lower divisions in Czech Republic. So we've got four familiar teams, the division, 3 from the division above, 1 from the division below, and then we've got a lower Czech Republic team at the end of our schedule before we start our first game of the season at home to Rezovia. Now, obviously, like I said, this league is going to be very, very interesting. This is the league table that we're going to put up now. So this is the league table currently. Obviously, you see some familiar teams in there. Obviously, with this being the 2022-23 season, there are obviously some teams that have come up and come down going into this. So promoted from the division below, we've got Stal Rezeso. We've got Chojniska Chojnice. I think that's how it's pronounced. I might be completely wrong with that. And Ruch Korso. Then relegated from the division above, we've got Bruk Bet Temelika Nisiza, which you can see there in second place alphabetically. Wisla Krakow and Gornik Lechna. So we've got a few teams coming up and down from each division. Obviously, last season's title holders, Meets, are in that Polish first division. That's where we want to be. That's the kind of place we want to be. They've got some good players, to be fair. I have done a bit of scouting, and I will share with you a few transfer targets that I've got in mind already. So what I'm going to do to help increase my chance of scouting players is actually change the scouting range from just the Polish divisions to the Central Europe. So that should help increase our chances of certain players that we can sign, etc. So one player that I'm going to approach straight away is Adamu Al Hassan. He's someone that I've seen bits about. He's like an aggressive ball-winning midfielder. We did originally get an offer of 1.5. I'm going to increase this just to try and increase our chances here, and then have to bring this down to about 600 for an appearance fee. 3-year contract, that's all we can offer. Improve the agent fee if we can to about 3.7. I might increase that to 40%. I really want this guy. Let's increase the sell-on percentage. In fact, no, we'll keep it at 25, actually. We'll put it to 25 rather than 20. See if that works. Okay, some positive and some bad news. We'll get rid of that wage thing. We'll keep the top division promotion wage rise. We'll get rid of the yearly one. Keep it at that. See if that works. That's gone back up. Let's keep it at 35.5. Will this happen? Yes, it will. Hopefully, we've got the money to do that one. And we can start stemming forward now, ready for that first match. The transfer window doesn't officially open until 4 days. So for this window in Poland, so it's going to have to be a case of just wait and see. But he is a free agent, so we can get it done. Right then, monthly staff meeting, scouting meeting, staff meeting. We'll set up these individual training. We'll keep them training as well. Staffing's the main one we're going to keep an eye out for. Now, I don't particularly like staff regens. I'm not a particular fan of them. I'd rather sign realistic ones. There we go. There's someone there. So sort of known in the lower leagues and the non-leagues in the UK. So you've got a former scout at Fyle, Crawley, St Mirren, Wolves. Might be worth having him on board. It might be worth it. We can only sign him on a 12-month contract on £100 a week, but there we go. So, and then we've got a physio. Finally. So, again, known around Poland, could be worth a few bob. 130 a week, 12-month contract. Let's get that one done. So, as you can see on your screen at the minute by the table from last year in real life, Katowice finished 8th, 4 points outside the promotion playoffs. Can we get better than that this time around? I personally think we can. I think we've got an opportunity here to try and get as far as we can. Obviously, when we start meeting the players, etc., that could be where it gets very, very interesting in terms of their expectations, as well as the board's and fan expectations for the season. So here we go, got our code of conduct from our player liaison officer. We're going to ask our assistant manager what he thinks. You know what? I like that. I prefer that. By the way, guys, I am going to play this first preseason friendly in this particular first episode against KKS Katowice later in the afternoon on the actual system. But do you want me to play the rest of preseason? If not, I will sim the whole of preseason before filming episode 2, and I will get ready to start the season pretty much. Obviously, any transfer stuff that comes up, we will film, obviously. So match preparation, obviously it's going to take a while for them to be familiar with the formation change. I'm going to change the responsibilities for training and general training because I want my staff to be trusted with that. Injury update there. So it's a torn back muscle for Tanziana. He's obviously one of our central defenders. He's the only other player in the squad outside the bench and starting 11. We're close to a clean bill of health, though. That is positive news, but it is still, 5-7 months. But he's already been out for 4 months. I didn't realise that earlier. So only back in a couple of months, which would absolutely help. Right then, let's meet the squad. So team leader says he understands that some people may have doubts by your lack of experience, but we're all prepared to give you a chance and our support. I don't want to make any promises for now, but I do want to talk about our expectations for the season. Marzek says, I imagine you might have a bit more forthcoming with the ideas for the future, but I don't think it's worth kicking up a fuss now. I'm going to say top half. I'm going to sort of stay, neutral about it and, just see where it gets us. That's a target we can all get behind. That's perfect. What I want to hear. Code of conduct. They're content with it. No expectations for the cup. That is perfect. Right then, press conference. The first press conference, we've got 5 journalists in the room, all of them representing, we've got the Polish Football Messenger, Polish Football Post, the Katowice Football Post. So not a lot to start off with, however, it will get progressively better. So what are your initial thoughts on taking the Katowice job? I'm very proud and very excited and very keen to see what we can do. And I'm going to smile warmly when I say that. What is it about Katowice that appealed so much? There's so much potential here. Just look around yourselves. It is everywhere. Is it the right job? Jumped at the chance, to be honest. Don't have any worries. Football is universal language because I don't speak Polish, and I actually don't speak Polish. I don't think age is important. Best way to earn the respect. I think the ambition's fantastic. I guess that'll be right. Are you happy with the squad? I intend to give everyone ample opportunity to show what they can do, and that's what I'm all about. Have you introduced yourself to the squad yet? The club has hit reset and everyone has had a chance to impress me, so it's a good time to meet the players. What role can the supporters play in moving the club forward? It sounds like a cliche, but the fans really are a part of this team too. I need them as much as they need us. What is your opinion of the long-term success potential for Katowice? This isn't going to be a short-term thing. We have a vision and a plan to bring success. What approach will we take to training? More about working smarter and not necessarily harder. And I do like that, to be fair. We were looking towards the likes of Bergier as the focal point. Obviously, he is our young striker with a lot of potential. I know the potential he has within him, and I'll definitely be working to help him reach it. We were keeping Jedrick as captain. I've only heard good things. He'll remain as my captain for the foreseeable. What are the pressures that come with trying to combine short-term success with successful long-term ambitions? I'm going to smile and say I think everyone from the board right down to the very last member of staff at the club has to fully commit to the project. Everyone has to pull in the same direction if you're to succeed at any point. Has the club provided the resources? I feel well backed. I'm confident my players will set the bar high. Long-term plans. Fortunate to have been asked about my thoughts. Absolutely 100% on board with long-term plans. What is it that makes you prepared to go all in? I believe there is untapped potential at this club. It's often said that different managers favour different competitions. We'll be concentrating primarily on getting good results in the first division. The league is at the heart and soul of every club, and that's got to be our main focus. Right. Oh, Karol Jedrzicki from the Polish Football Post. Very not good start relationship-wise with him. So for the first friendly, I think I might just stick with that team, to be fair. Let's see what other options we've got at box-to-box. In fact, no. Yeah, let's give Adrian Blad a chance there. We've got many other options at box-to-box? Yes, we do. We've got Onyowitz and we've got Dudzinski. But I think that Blad is probably my best choice. Yeah, we're gonna stick with that for now. We're gonna stick with that and just see where it gets us. Let's just see where it gets us. So we're going to encourage it right from the start, and let's just see what we do in this game. So we've had our first shot already, second shot already. We're dominating possession in the early stages. Let's just see what happens here. We're having our shots. We're having our attempts on, but none of them on target, unfortunately. So we do have to maybe look at improving on that. But halfway through the first half, let's give them some more encouragement. Let's see where that gets us. See if we can try and encourage more shots on target with that bit of shouting from us. Positive shouting, of course. We are very comfortable in possession at the moment. Half-time, 0-0. Here's the XG. I mean, they've had no shots whatsoever. They've made 8 fouls, so they're a very physical team. Yeah, so our XG's just gone up and up and up and up. Marzek's used to playing a more direct game than asked to today. This is why we go through preseason. All your hard work will pay off. Keep going. I think that's probably the message here. Let's have a look and see if we can make some changes. So look at the player ratings. Got some 6.5s here and there. I don't think Marzek's having a fantastic game. Let's see if we can try him. No, I don't think we can. Let's give him a rest. Let's give him a rest, and we'll put Berger in the winger role. We'll move Kozjeniak to the other side, and we'll bring off our man Marzek with Rojanik. Let's try him up front. Let's have a look at our centre defence. Let's give someone else a go, and we'll try Repka. We'll try Repka here. And I think what we'll do is we'll have our ball-playing defender role on, and we'll switch him over. So, in fact, no, hang on. No, we'll switch them over. So we'll have Jedrzicki playing as more of a ball-playing defender. We'll have Repka as your central defender. Kalisz have made a change. Zajac on for Baganski. Right, first highlight of the game, finally. Finally, the first highlight of the game. Blad to Jedrzicki. Jedrzicki finds to Repka. Here's Blad. Blad twisting, turning, looking for the ball over the top, and it's going to get cut out by Zajac, who, of course, came on in the second half. Goalkeeper goes long. Good header by Jedrzicki. Putno. Here to Lotnowitz. Lipkowski. Header on by Repka. Lolshowitz. Header on again. Rojnik to Brod. Brod to Wasilewski. Wasilewski goes long. Here's Bergia. Ball inside. Deflection there. Here's Blad. Oh, off the post. Oh, what a chance that was for our box-to-box. Brod gets it away, but it's headed back in. Klad's going to get a goal here. Over the top. Vignitsky. Just saved. Well done. Well done, Kudla. Right, corner to Klaz. Let's see what happens here. Putno with the corner. Let's see what happens. Header clear. Well done. Right, now Kozjeniak. Chance to go forwards here. Great tackle by Mirioski, but he's recovered it. Right, run, 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 run. Keep running. Keep running. And the highlight ended. Let's demand some more from our players. Should we start looking at making a few more changes? I think we should. Zednet's getting very, very tired. Let's bring on Januszewski. Bergia's getting a bit tired. Let's have a go at Brzozowski on the wing. Midfielders are starting to get tired as well. So let's look at Kozabal in there. Let's have a look at Udnyotsky as the Mazala. Let's see if we can make those changes and see if that works, and we'll demand more. Is this actually going to end 0-0? Oh my God, it is. Oh my God, it is. Problem is, right, we barely had any shots on target. We've had loads of shots and we just edged the possession in the end. Their XG started improving in the second half as the half went on. Ours got gradually better. But again, we just couldn't finish our dinner, couldn't finish our chances. Disappointing we didn't win. We should have won that match based on the chance we had. Players are starting to get motivated, so that is a good sign. Right, just a few updates there. Scouting instruction. Again, I'm going to handle my scouting meetings with my backroom staff. I think they're more than capable of handling it. Let's auto-select including youth prospects for our training camp. Let's get as many of them trained up as possible. Here's someone. I haven't scouted him yet, but might be worth a crack at trying to loan him in. Kasper Sazonenko. He's from Lechia in the first division. Can we have a go at trying to loan him in? We can only pay 60 quid a week on playing wage, right? We're just gonna have to go with that then. He can be recalled, unfortunately. They do want 1.1k. We'll shorten it to 1k, see if that works. Right, they're not budging from that. Let's accept that. See if we can actually pay that first, and just go from there. They've accepted the loan offer. Might be one that we're gonna have to wait on, ready for the next game. And just see what happens there. Right, they've blocked the physio. Let's see if we can request to add more. Yeah, they're not budging from that. So, I mean, that costs 7.16. We'll stick with the one we've got for now. Right, okay, so now we can increase physios, and I can't really go back in for him now, can I? God damn it, game. Homegrown players update, very, very good. Use the suggested training for the upcoming friendly. We'll sim it up to the opening of the transfer window, see if we get any confirmation around our loan offer and any other deals, and let's just see where we go. We'll sim it up to starting the second preseason match. We'll not start the second preseason match, but we'll sim it to the start just before the preseason match, the second one, and we'll just go from there. Right, we do have someone coming in, but it is on the staffing department, which is still good. It's still good. David Bajara is coming in as scout. So we're bringing him from the English non-leagues, and he'll be coming in as a scout for the first team here at Katowice. Bring some of that English blood into the Polish second division. Of course, it's known as the Polish First Division or One Liga, but technically it is the second division in the Polish Football League system. Oh, okay, we've got a bunch of emails to go through here on transfer opening day. Bajara's confirmed, 5 years of experience with the likes of Wolves and Brentford as well. I didn't even see that. Right. Player contracts. This is an important one. So I'm actually going to play it safe because I want time to build my squad, increase the money gradually. So anyone involved in the first team that's got a 1-year extension clause, I'm just going to, basically extend it. Regala, yes. And then there's a few others that are not good enough down there as well. The other ones I'm going to have to just delay until I can afford it, basically. Staff, again, I'm going to have to put the responsibility on my chairman with those ones and just trust his judgment. Krasik's contract is due to expire as well. I'm going to have to delay that until I can afford it. Right, start the transfer window for Polish clubs. Brilliant. Transfer window is open once more, says Carol. He's the one we had a problem with in the first press conference. Will there be any deals in the coming weeks? Let's be positive. Let's be friendly with Carol. I'm always working to improve the squad, and some new signings are likely. So the window is open, and there we go. So we've announced the contract extensions. So we've extended our goalkeeper's contract. That is very, very important because he could be crucial to the way I play at the moment. Roganic, 26 years old. He can be a regular starter. He is a natural pressing forward and is an advanced forward as well, so he could actually be crucial. We've got Januszewski. He's a fringe player. I think it could be good on the books while we build up the funds. And of course, Regala, who right now I think Regala is right now is my starting left back. He is, or wing back. But he's a winger as well. So this is one of the last kind of major things to do in this video, and that is the recruitment meeting. So let's have a look at our kind of squad plan. So we've got 2 keepers there. We've got a breakthrough keeper as well behind. So we might look at one in the future. In terms of inverted wing backs, you've got Wasilewski, who is my best one at the moment. Defender wise, I think we've got enough centre backs for now, to be fair. We're lacking left backs. Definitely lacking left backs. Defensive midfield wise, looking good. I said we do need to look at a midfielder anyway. Wingers wise, should be all right for now. And then strikers, we should be all right as well. Out of contracts, we're going to delay making these decisions because we don't really have the ability to renew them. So let's have a look. So left backs, yes. 15 to 22. I want to try and look for some long-term players to try and achieve the club's vision objectives as well, which I will go through, by the way. I haven't gone through them yet. And you know what? Yeah, we'll scout goalkeepers just to get a head start in scouting them. So obviously, like I said, the long-term visions, obviously sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. That's the part of the board culture. The board welcomes me into the role and look forward with optimism to my time in charge. The supporters welcome you, same as them. Now, the supporters' expectations, because this is very, very important, maintain a higher reputation than Rutsch. Of course, they were promoted into the division. If we finish higher than them and remain in the division, at least, then we've completed the supporters' objective. The board objective, as we said earlier, is to basically record a top half finish and be competitive in the domestic cup. So if we can at least stay in this division and finish higher than Rush, then everyone will be happy. But as you say, guys, you know me, I want to try and go for it. Right then, we have our first signing. We've ended the video on a very nice positive. Adamu Al-Hassan has signed. It has taken nearly £10,000 off our £14,000 transfer budget. It's a B. Wow. Okay, so we'll add him to the training camp. I'm on a language course and we'll ask Figiel to help him welcome. I'll say that his voice carries weight. That's fair enough. He'll sort that out. So, of course, his contract expired from Ankara in the Turkish First Division. He was one of a few players that I looked at very early on before I even started filming this video. So that is a brilliant rating, though. 4.5 stars with the potential to go to 5 stars. That is brilliant. He's a ball-winning midfielder. He's a box-to-box and a Mazzala. So that is very, very good indeed. He goes straight into that team. I think because Brod's the one that's 17. Yeah, he is. So I think Al-Hassan as that Mazzala to start off with would be great. We'll put him as squad number 10. We'll go with that for now. And we'll stick with that for now. I think that number 10's a fair rating for someone who's going to be one of our star players. So with the squad, it's a maximum of 2 non-EU players in the playing 11 and a minimum of 1 under-21 Polish player. Just to end the video then, let's check our scouting. Let's see what we've got coming up already. So, we've got a Polish goalkeeper, age 29, so he's not really a long-term target. Wojciech Pawlowski, released after his spell at Unia Janikowo. 29 games at Widzek. He spent spells at Gornik, Rodzi Kanonik. I mean, potentially his communication's pretty good. His jumping reach could be good. His kicking doesn't impress me a lot. His passing might be bad in terms of playing out from the back, which is what we do. We also have a centre-back from Malsdorf. Now, Malsdorf is a lower league German team. This is Peter Costa, released after 3 appearances from Malsdorf. Might need a couple to progress. I mean, the early scout report is a B, so it would be an excellent signing. In terms of positions, in terms of comparisons, potentially could be just as good and potentially better than the 2 we've got playing at the moment. So, I mean, I don't have much money on me at the moment, so I don't think I can afford this transfer. But then, of course, another player that was scouted, who coincidentally I put a loan offer out to, is Sezonienko for a loan deal. So that is pretty good. Let's see if our 3 recruitment focuses have come back with anything. Goalkeeper, no. Left back, no. and then Sessignon comes under the 15 to 22 range. So that's not too bad to start off with. Our wage budget's gone in the minor, so I may need to balance that back out. And it's going to take a hell of a lot to balance that back out as well. That's probably the best I can do for now. I think everything in terms of transfers hinges on the takeover going through. So I think that's probably what's going to be the case here. But that is going to be the end of episode 1 of the Katowice rebuild. I'm looking forward to doing this little mini series. We'll see what happens at the end of season 1. If you guys like this, then make sure you leave your thoughts down below. Anyone who's more of an expert on Football Manager, especially FM23, I know FM24 is out at the moment, but any FM23 experts, see this video, comment down below if you've got any suggestions for me in terms of who I think I should be signing. So let me give you a recap. Those are the tactics. It's a 4-3-3 custom Gegenpress. We play with an advanced forward, but we can switch to a pressing forward if needs be. 2 wingers, box-to-box midfielder, Mazzala, deep line playmaker, inverted wing-back, central defenders. One of the central defenders, maybe a ball-playing defender also, just to kind of switch it up. And, of course, a sweeper keeper. So if you've got any suggestions, please comment down below. I would really love your suggestions in terms of anything I need to be doing with the squad, anything I need to be doing with the tactics that I maybe not be doing right, because I may be wrong sometimes. Sometimes I may be wrong, but you just never know what happens in these career modes. But I really hope you enjoy this series. I'm going to have such fun making them. I will refrain from recording episode 2 until I get the feedback from you guys. And for now, guys, I'm the CHALL. Ta-ra for now.